What up guys, welcome back to my channel and right next to my Christmas tree. And yeah, I have a Looney Tunes blanket on my bed. So as always, awkward details out of the way, we jump right into the video because I was thinking I am a quite the Rapunzel, like a sort of unicorn Rapunzel. So I was like, let's do a video in which I share my hair care tips because I do know a couple of things about it, even though it may not seem, but you know, quarantine led us all to bad decisions. So just don't notice this. So yeah, some tips to take care of your hair, especially if you want to grow it. These are some things that I've been doing low-key my entire life. So if you wonder how to grow your hair and keep it healthy, then keep on watching. And I apologize if I look down, but I have my notes here, so if I look down, you know why. Tip number one is the dumbest of them all, like I don't even know what I put it here, but whatever, is to start from a young age if you want to grow your hair. Like, I don't know how old are you watching this, but I started since my early childhood. Like, I was one of those people who for some reason don't want to cut their hair. Like, I always had a problem with cutting my hair. So yeah, my first tip is start early. Like if you're a teen or like if you're young, then you have an advantage. So yeah, if you want to grow your hair, then start early. Tip number two is to get a trim every once in a while. I get a trim like every month or every 2 months, and this keeps the hair stronger. These it gets rid of the dead ends, the split ends, and so this keeps the hair healthier and stronger. Tip number three is a little painful because, like I said, some people have a problem with cutting their hair, but I do recommend at some point in your life to do a chop. I did it in 2018, late 2018, because I was actually starting to bald here and here. And as you can see now, I'm not that bald anymore, and I will tell you why. And so I needed to cut my hair because it was weighing everything down and I was starting to bald. So especially if you actually manage to grow your hair pretty long, I do recommend at some point in your life to do a chop so that your head can breathe. Don't worry, it's gonna grow back. This is like my hair after 2 years. And I know it's really tedious because I missed my long hair forever. And so yeah, just have patience. And maybe in your early 20s, that is like I think the best moment to give it a chop. Like I watched Melanie Murphy's video on things that she learned in her 20s about her hair, and she recommends to do the chop. So yeah, just if you don't want to struggle with growing your hair when you're like in your early 30s, I suggest to do this in your early 20s. So yeah, the chop. Number four, um, washing your hair. I think everyone is wondering how many times a month, how many times a week, what is like the best option. Brad Mondo actually said that if I recall well from his video on hair care tips, he said that there is no right or wrong way for washing your hair, as in frequency, as in how many times a month or a week. But personally, I find that washing it once a week is perfect. So my tip is to wash your hair once a week. And I know someone can think of it as gross. Personally, it's not gross. I've been doing this since I was a child, and it gives, you know, the hair the chance to breathe. Like if you wash it too often, personally, at least for me, the I don't know if you experience this, but if you wash your hair too often, it kind of start to feel brittle, or I don't know, it just feels overwhelmed. So in order to not overwhelm your hair, I do suggest to wash it once a week. So number 5, again from Redmondo's video, he says that the perfect temperature of the water when washing your hair is lukewarm water. I personally don't wash them with lukewarm water, but my tip is to avoid hot water. Like, everyone told me that it's not the best for your hair. Like, I heard this one YouTuber, Coffee Break with Danny, who said that if you wash your hair with too hot water, it can open up the follicles and you can, you know, strip away some hair, something like that. Redmondo himself, he said lukewarm water, not like hot water. And personally, I've always avoided hot water because I hate it. This is really weird, but I hate hot water on my hair, on my scalp. It feels gross. Don't ask me why. I find it really gross. I feel like there is saliva on my scalp. So I wash my hair with cold water. Not cool, like cool, but cold water. It feels amazing, the cold water on my scalp. And actually, there is this one girl working in a hair salon who told me that cold water makes the hair shiner. So this might be true, but I also heard other people saying that it's not the best for your hair, but I've been doing this for my entire life. So I'd say I'd recommend cold water, but I also know that it may feel too much for your scalp, like I hate hot water, you may hate cold water. So I'd say wash your hair like in a temperature of like from lukewarm to cold. Avoid hot water. This is the tip. Avoid hot water. So tip number 6, of course, once you've washed your hair, you have to dry it. And my tip is avoid heat. I know, like, the floor is made of flour, like, it's duh. Avoid heat. Don't use too much like straighteners and hair colors and all these things. I know they're cute, I know they make nice effects on your hair, but if you want to keep it healthy, don't go ham on it. So stick to your hair dryer and blow dry it. And number 7 is something that I learned the hard way, and is to not overdo, please, protective hairstyles. Like I said, I avoid heat. So for a long time, when I went to bed after washing my hair, I would do Dutch braids and braid them really tightly, go to bed and wake up with amazing waves, kind of like this. And I was so happy until I started balding, because the braids were tugging it here and I started losing my hair, and it sucked, and it took a lifetime to grow it back. So don't overdo protective hairstyles like Dutch braids and everything, because they tug on your hair and they rip it off your scalp and you end up balding. So my suggestion is actually, when you're done washing your hair, to braid them lightly. Do not braid them tightly, but do two very light, loose braids and go to bed, and you wake up like this. Like, I swear, I braided them really lightly yesterday, and this is the result. And the point, though, is not was not to get the waves, but simply to protect the hair, because sleeping with your hair like freely like untied, or tying them in a ponytail, it kind of ruins them. So the braid is I think is the best hairstyle to sleep with, like loose braids, not tight braids. So yeah, 2 tips in one. Like tip number 7, avoid protective hairstyles and sleep in braids. So going on, number 8 is experiment with color. With I was making a mistake. Experiment with products. Basically, everyone's not the same. For different people, work different products. So you may see like this advertised as the one product that will save your hair, and that as the product for volume, shine, blah 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 blah. You know, that product may do wonders for you, but it may be completely useless for another person. So experiment with products and try to find what works best for your hair. Personally, after a lifetime of experimenting, I came to the conclusion that I love Head and Shoulders. It's amazing, but this might not be the brand that works for you. So try different brands, try different stuff, and in the end you will find what your hair loves and needs the most. Tip number 9 is avoid color. And I know, I need to get these retouched, even though I love these like the way they are. But as you know, this is another a floor is made of floor moment. Color is really aggressive and it damages the hair. So I apologize if I say hair sometime, but whatever. Like, color is damaging, so try to avoid it. Try to go for natural options. Try henna. Try, you know, try to not go ham on your hair when it's about colors. I simply dye my hands because I have a thing for bright and colorful colors, but I don't want to do my whole head. And this is all virgin hair, never touched. And so yeah, try to find a solution in order to not damage too much your hair with color if you want to experiment with color. If you don't want to, then you are okay. And then number 10, the final one, the most important one. Like, if you want to walk away from this video with at least one useful tip, please keep this one, and is to use oils. Oils are a game changer. Oils are amazing. Like, since I started using them, my hair skyrocketed. Like, they are literally a game changer. It started last year when I watched a video of this girl. I can't recall her name for the life of me, sadly, but she's amazing, and she has long hair, and she was doing a video like this with like tips to hair to take care of your hair, and she mentioned neem oil, NEEM oil, and she said that she mixes it with other oils and coats her hair with that before washing it. And she said that this oil is really powerful for your hair, and I was like, heck, I'm not even going to mix it with other oils, I'm gonna use neem on its own. So I went out, I bought neem oil, and I started using it on my hair. And I know now why she was mixing it, because neem stinks. Neem has a very bad smell, so you want to color it up with other products or other oils. I personally didn't give an F back then. I was like, screw it, I'm gonna use it and you know, bear the stink. And it's worth it, because it stinks, but it's amazing. Like, it does wonders. Like, you will have like an hair salon finish if you use neem oil and your go-to shampoo. Like, it gives you that straight out of the hair salon finish, and it grows your hair. Like, I used it to grow back my bald spots, and they are okay now. and I started seeing a big difference almost immediately. Like after 2 or 3 applications, I started to see my hair growing back here. So if you're balding, then go for neem oil. Coat your hair with it like at least an hour before washing your hair, and then you step into the shower or whatever, and you wash your hair. And I kid you not, it gives you the best finish. I actually didn't use any oils prior to washing my hair yesterday, but I used after linen oil, or actually, I don't know how to translate in English, my bad, liquid crystals. I don't know if you know. I will put in the description box what I use, but it's linen oil basically. I use it after washing my hair to give some shine. It's amazing, it smells so good, and I love it. And so it's perfect for shine. Then I also used jojoba oil, which is much lighter than other oils. It's the closest thing to the oil that the skin naturally produces. So I highly recommend it if you have greasy hair. I and come for my head, but I actually used coconut oil. They all say that coconut oil is only for the body, but I used it for the hair and it's amazing. It's really nourishing and I love the finish. Even though the best finish is like it's neem oil. Like I kid you not, one day I was at uni and there is that like this friend of mine, he touched my hair and he was like, which shampoo are you using? And I was like, it's not a shampoo, I use neem oil. Like I give it to my mom. My mom got hella compliments at work, and she actually was like they were all like, oh my god, what did you use for your hair? And she was like, oh, nothing, like I went to the hair salon. She she kept it a secret. So if you want to have beautiful hair, like use oils, coat them in oil 1 hour before washing them, and then wash them, dry them, and see the magic happens. Linen oil after washing your hair and you will have hella shine. So yeah, these are my hair care tips to grow your hair and keep them healthy. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye bye.